Well, Mark Martin is the only one of the 10 Trace drivers to have won a Cup race here at Talladega. In fact, Mark has won 2 races here. His most recent win came in the caution-free race of 1997 when he beat Dale Earnhardt for the win in NASCAR's fastest 500-mile race ever. The race was completed in 2.5 hours. For more, log on to FordRacing.com. And we just got word, Bill, that Mark Martin is done for the day. He is listed as 41st on the field right now.
That's right, Marty, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. done for the day. 40th. Michael Waltrip, 42nd. Mike Skinner, 43rd. All out of the race.
You know, I talked about at the very top of the show about pit road, and you've got to be careful on pit road. It can eliminate you. Watch as the 45 car, Kyle Petty,
top of the screen,
making a pit stop. He gets bumped from behind. Oh my goodness! By the 18 car, Bobby Labonte, and luckily his crew guys were able to get behind the wall before he made contact with that wall.
Still under caution here at Talladega.
Hey, Carol, have you met my friend Jimmy Johnson? Lunch today. Sorry, I already have plans with Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson, the Genesis project will save us 30% in the second quarter alone. Don't you think so, Jimmy Johnson? Great story, Jimmy Johnson!
Okay, maybe you can't take Jimmy Johnson to work, but you can take his fuel. Sunoco, the official fuel of NASCAR.
The field is taking the green flag going into turn 1. Under this caution, just about everybody pitted, a variety of strategies. Fuel only 2 tires, some with 4 tires. Kurt Busch in the 97 car leads the race. He did not stop. 5 bonus points for Busch, one of the championship contenders.
And Newman in the 12 car wants to get that lead, get those 5 bonus points. 16 car, Greg Biffle. That's why we see so many different strategies trying to get those 5 bonus points.
Behind the 41 car of Casey Mears is the 2 of Rusty Wallace. He'd like to get up there and get his 5 bonus points. On board with Rusty. Last ride at Talladega.
This place hasn't been too kind to Rusty.
What did you say in the pre-race show? 1 top 5 in all this time?
Yeah, and that was a 5th back in 1988.
My goodness.
An update on car 48 from Allen.
Yeah, a few more pit stops under this caution, Bill. They basically cut away all that sheet metal that had been blown away when the tire went on the left rear. Very concerned about being able to fuel the car. The neck where the fuel containers coupled to put fuel into the car is in the left rear sheet metal. That's okay. They wanted to make sure that when the body travels down, they didn't have any sharp metal edges to cut another left rear tire. It's not a very pretty race car right now, is it?
You're not kidding.
But Allen is fast enough to meet the minimum speed that NASCAR has posted for today's race, so he can continue to run around the racetrack.
39, now 40 laps complete in the UAW-Ford 500. Take a look at our Craftsman pit summary. And this will juggle throughout the day, basically based on your pit strategy.
Looks like Gil Martin, the crew chief on the box for Kevin Harvick, decided to change 4 tires on that stop and put the 29 back to 15.
So he took 4, and some of the other guys did not. Passed him on pit road. Back to your strategy now next time, Harvick. Only need 2, perhaps.
Right, if it stays green, that's what these guys, I think, try to set themselves up for.
Tony Stewart behind Jamie McMurray trying to work his way back to the front, Matt.
Now, Bill, you saw the replay of the incident between the 18 and the 45. There was another incident. Tony Stewart took 2 tires, but he stalled as he was leaving his pit stall. That jammed up pit road on my end. Mike Wallace trying to get in. He had to hit the brakes. And then the 10 car of Riggs was leaving. He had to get on the brakes. He hit his teammate, the 01 Nemechek. All slight body contact, nothing major. But we had some more incidents here on pit road.
Didn't somebody say something about pit road being a tough place today? Who was that?
He was mentioning that.
Yeah, right.
And the thing is, it's slight contact here, though, also. If you wreck these fenders in the pits, it will hurt your performance on this racetrack, because this place is all about getting through the air.
That's right, damage at 10 miles per hour will make a huge effect at 190 miles per
That
hour.
was what burns his cards in the countdown degree. Remember, it's a
Dents.
dent card. You don't want to have the dent card show up in your hand. Now it's time for the Singular Race Talk $1,031 challenge. Which driver will win a restrictor plate race first? I would not vote for Jimmy Johnson today.
No.
Probably should have started this at the start.
Maybe. texting the word race to 191 on your singular wireless phone, or go to NASCAR.com. You'll also be entered for a chance to win $1,031,000.
Rusty Wallace hung up on the outside, hung out to dry, as they say.
And he is hung out to dry. There's no one to help poor old Rusty, and back he goes. Now, someone finally felt sorry for him. No, still going backwards.
Rusty was 4th place that last lap and lost about 20 spots just because he got forced out of line and was hung out to dry.
And he's trying to regroup and start to work his way back to the front, but Rusty, like some guys, fuel only on that last stop. Rusty, his final shot at picking up that first points-paying restrictor plate win for himself and owner Roger Penske.
Who's that behind him in that Ford car?
Mike Wallace.
There you go. So you got friends, teammates, and brothers. You saw Rusty with the hand gesture telling Mike to come on.
Then they've got Jeff Burton, the 31 car. Rusty said, I think maybe I'll try to follow Jeff and go down the middle.
Mike's going to follow Rusty. Jeff Green in the 43 is going to follow Mike.
And Harvick's going to try to pass them all on the inside.
Harvick's getting passed right now. By the looks of it, he's been dropping back as well.
What about Jeff Burton, Dave?
Pretty good race car, guys, and that might be a good car for Rusty to follow. After the morning practice yesterday, they did some changes on that front end, and it never tightened up, never wanted to have that pushy feeling to it through the entire final practice session. So Jeff very pleased with his car. I think you'll see it up front a long time today.
Right in the middle of that, up towards the front, you've got 25 of Brian Vickers and Jeff Gordon. Working his way back up, and he lost a lot of positions on pit lane that last pit stop, so they must have made some changes or something, because his car was good, but he lost a lot of spots in the pit.
On board with Burton, looking forward to Jeff Gordon.
And look at the way those cars are floating around. I mean,
Biffle in that 16 car looked like he was about to lose control up in the middle of the corner.
and that's a tough spot right there coming out of turn 4. The cars really float, and they just slide up out of the corner.
Sterling Marlin in the Coors Light Dodge.
Dave, how about Biffle? What's he saying?
He just radioed in, guys. It's really, really loose when guys are tight on the outside of me. When the cars are really up next to him, Greg's car is hard to handle.
And you can see that, Dave, by the video. And there again, that's when we talk about this place is all about the air and the way the air is flowing around these cars right now. Sometimes you have it pushing you in the racetrack, and sometimes you don't. It's actually lifting you out of the racetrack.
See all these cars going by. Finally, here comes the 48 car, Jimmy Johnson, drafted with Jeremy Mayfield in the 19 and Scott Riggs in the 10. Alan, has he said anything on the radio talking about Jimmy Johnson?
Oh, yeah, BP, there's a lot of radio traffic. In fact, it's about nonstop. A lot been made about the fact that all 5 Roush Racing cars are in the chase for the Nextel Cup, and only one of the Hendrick Motorsports cars is. But Jimmy Johnson has those 4 other teammates on the track. They're working to try and help him make the most out of today.
And there's been a lot of talk about the
You want to try to get back up there, or what do you want to do here? Get in there with some guys pushing me. I was having a hard time hanging on to those 4 cars. I need some help. Guys, if you can get back there to help us, great. But, you know, the big key here is we got to finish this race even. Coming to the green, pace cars off. Jimmy said he was having a hard time keeping up with us before. Never mind now, but they can use the push. But, you know, we got to do what we got to do, too. What you doing? I'll let you know if we got to go back and help them. You keep running where you're running. They get double file will be all right.
There we go. That was the voice of Jeff Gordon tagged onto the end there. I didn't think I was talking that quietly. Jeff tried to do what he needs to do to win the race, but at the same time, the big picture for Hendrick Motorsports, win the championship for Jimmy Johnson. What we have to do to get the most points out of today.
I see Jeremy Mayfield back there. I mean, is something wrong with his car, or is this strategy on his part?
I bet it's strategy on his part.
Dave, what are they doing?
It's strategy on their part. Actually, they were focusing on something earlier where they had a tire rub with the car, but it went away. And so now Jeremy, like some of the other guys, just running it back right now. time.
Well, I tell you, he better get up there on the back bumper of those guys, because if they run off and leave him, he'll be lapped quickly.
48 laps complete.